Welcome back to the Match Fishing YouTube channel. Today we're out on the bank again and we're taking a look at the Nytro Marvelist rods. Now this is their series of 3 float rods, kind of more aimed at maybe a natural type of fishery or more traditional styles of fishing. There's quite a number of different rods in the Marvelist range covering both float and feeders, but these specifically are 3 float rods designed in close collaboration with Tom Pickering. So let's take a look at some of the finer points. So here we go then. Today we've come back to Makin's fishery, and I'm sat on pool 5 today, which is one of the lakes on phase 1. And the reason I've sat on this lake is because there's a few silvers feeding at the minute. So we're in January. It looks probably on camera like an absolutely beautiful day, which it is, nice and dry and bright. However, we've had an awful lot of rain. A lot of places have been frozen over and it's been exceptionally cold. So what we're doing today is just out trying to get a few bites on a really nice light waggler setup to test these Marvelist TPS series float rods. This actually for me brings back, as I'm sure it would for many of you, brings back some lovely memories of just going to a commercial, a natural venue and just fishing a nice light waggler. I've picked myself up a pint of maggots from the tackle shop, just firing a few maggots in and looking to hopefully catch a few silvers or just whatever comes along really. No real plan in mind, just firing a few maggots in, fishing a nice light waggler and hopefully we'll get a few bites. It's going to keep flirting a few maggots in really, just probably 10 or 15 at a time, not concentrating them in too tight an area. I mean, it's difficult to do that anyway. It's not like when you're firing pellets in you can keep them really accurate. It's not so easy with maggots. They do tend to spread out a bit. So what have we got here then? So as I mentioned, we've got 3 rods in this range. We've got a 13-foot light float, which is what I'm using today, 3-piece rod. They're all 3-piece rods. There's 3 in the range, 13-foot light float, what I've got here now. We've got a 13-foot medium and a 14-foot medium. So when you're going to be fishing the rivers, it's brilliant to have longer rods. It really helps to that fast line pickup on the strike. So 13 and 14-foot rods, more traditional lengths for fishing all sorts of styles of float. You don't have to be fishing on a commercial like we are today with a nice light insert waggler. These float rods are going to do absolutely everything in, when it comes to more traditional styles of float fishing. I know that these rods have been designed in close collaboration with Tom Pickering, and I know he took them overseas as well. When he was out on one of the events, I know he got to test them. I say, if they've been designed in conjunction with Tom, they're going to be absolutely class pieces of kit. So what about the prices of these rods then? Well, in terms of cost, the 13-foot light, which I'm fishing with today, coming in at $199 retail. You got the 13-foot medium at $114.99 retail, and the 14-foot medium at $119.99. But just because they're really well priced, it doesn't mean that Nytro scrimped on the features here at all. You're going to get absolutely loads of things, just like with their other ranges of rods. You get loads of features for your money. So they've got what they're calling these minima guides. So they're really nice and lightweight down the entire length of the rod. And what that's going to do is they're using really lightweight guides. You can see kind of how thin they are and minimal. And that's going to really help with, I thought we had a bite then. Nope. Let me just check that. So just little double red maggot on there. So the guides, being nice and lightweight, really help to reduce the weight on the blank. So that's going to really help with the rod's action and recovery. So if you had really heavy guides along the rod, if you can imagine, the rod's going to be sloppier, less responsive. But the lightweight guides really help, with that line pickup, with the responsiveness of the blank. You're going to hit more bites, you're going to catch more fish. And basically, in a nutshell, that's what kind of the lightweight guides are going to help you with. Also, much nicer when it's in the hand. The rods feel really nice and lightweight. If you're out on a match and you're fishing, You're likely to be holding the rod when you're float fishing because you're busy, you're in and out, you're feeding bait, and it just nice and lightweight tools to use. The blanks are using this carbon curve technology, which Nytro use on a lot of their rods. That's just going to give you the optimum action as well, both when you're playing fish and when you're casting. Lovely graphics as usual, quite nice and minimalist. And then on the underside here, you've got this hook keeper, just a nice little touch there. Moving down to the handle, you've got this kind of part cork and duplon finish, which I think looks really smart. Nice kind of black finish there with, you've got this flat section. That's going to lock against your forearm when you're playing fish, and Nytro calling that their padlock. So it's flat on both sides. Not only is it aesthetically pleasing, you know, but it also is functional as well. Everything, you know, on the end here, you've got this Nytro branding finished and with a real secure lock-in reel seat. For today as well, just for reference, I've got this Nytro Impact reel loaded with some 4-pound reel line, just to complement the nice light waggler setup that we're using. But yeah, all in all, loads of features. Rods are really crisp and responsive, and they're going to be absolutely perfect for all sorts of different styles of float fishing. So in a nutshell, that is the range of Marvelist TPS series light and medium 13 and 14 foot float rods from Nytro. We've had a great day fishing with them today. It's bitterly cold now, so we're going to wrap the session up. But if you want to know a little bit more about these rods, check out the Nytro website for more information, or go and have a waggle at your local stockist.